I love how it's the soul sunshine, because it felt like the soul just completely opened up. And there's just so much love and such a safe place to share and just to be. And the friendships that were made here is truly definitely an experience that will always be remembered. It will have a lasting place in my memory, in my heart. Well, I was doing a food co-op many years ago, and I stumbled upon Kristina that way. So I knew her before she was FullyRaw, or before she was doing the retreats and more so with the co-op. And how I found out about the retreats is I was actually down in treatment at Sanity for cancer. And it just popped up on my Instagram, and I was brain numbing one night, and I'm like, I need to be there. And I phoned her up. We had a little Facebook Messenger, I think it was Skyping meeting, and I booked my trip. I actually had tried to cancel, and she wouldn't let me. And that just shows her heart and her kindness. And I'm so glad that I'm here, and I didn't cancel. This is nothing like, I've done a couple of retreats. This is nothing like I've ever experienced. It's not just about the food or the yoga. The amount of work and heart and love that she put into this is wow, for her to plan everything and all the excursions, the activities, the drivers, the food, the behind the scenes is like incredible. It just, so much gratitude, so much love that went into this. It blows my mind. This is definitely the best retreat that I have ever done in my many years. I was going to come alone, and circumstances kind of switched on me at the last moment, and Kristina extended it if I wanted to bring a friend so I wouldn't be alone. And I asked my mom, and this is way out of my mom's comfort zone, so out of my mom's comfort zone, but she loved it so much. She participated in most of the activities, and she is going away with this experience, feeling fuller but lighter in that sense as well, because of everything that we were able just to experience and work through and leave our yucky or mucky behind in Bali. So I definitely recommend, like, if you can come with a loved one, just to share this experience with them. Yeah. This has definitely reignited my passion for life. I've got a lot of mobility issues, and I had a lot of doubt within myself, and I did everything every day, the yoga, the workout classes, and I'm leaving that doubt behind. I'm definitely going to be keeping the everyday motion. I'm going to get back into my practice, and just the remembering why it was that I chose to go raw and why I chose to be vegan, for the health and the mental clarity, and also too just feel so good, just whole body, mind, spirit. So this was a reminder of what it is to live. I would fully 100% recommend these retreats. Kristina, her heart, her kindness, she's real. And it's not every day that you'll see all these Instagram, all these followers, and all these, I think they're called influencers. She is a real person. She has so much heart, and she has so much love to give, and she just wants to love and just to do as much as she can in this world, positive.
Life always amazes me. I come across so many people from all walks of life, especially at FullyRawKristina's FullyRaw Retreat. It has been incredible. I could not have imagined this experience without the folks and people sharing in all of their trials and tribulations and challenges in life. And so did I, and I also brought along my daughter, and she was facing some challenges with stress, anxiety, and depression that actually helped her quite a bit, and it has been just incredible. Kristina is an incredible human being, and to pull all of this detail together, it's incredible what comes out of it, and where we started to where we are ending our journey, and I think that this is the beginning of our lives. I've known Kristina for roughly about 3 years, and the primary reason I know her is because of my daughter. My daughter was fighting a chronic illness that we needed to get her on a fully raw vegan diet in order for her body to accept the food she was eating and not eat things that would be attacking her body. And for the past 3 years, Kristina, even though she's not related to me, she's not blood, she has been my little sister for the past 3 years, day in, day out, available to me and available to my daughter, and cared for her quite a lot throughout the whole recovery process. Well, I typically have zero expectations knowing Kristina. I've known her for 3 years, but I had not met her in person. So my assumption, just an assumption, not expectation, was that it would be yoga and just eating raw foods. But the mix of all the spiritual elements and what Bali has to bring to us, it has been incredible, something that I have never experienced before in this kind of capacity, and to mix health and wellness and yoga and meditation. One of the sessions that I really admired and loved that actually helped me personally was the O2 Awakening, and and that's the Breathworks seminar that we had, and I see myself practicing that on a regular basis. So for my daughter Sahar, she has, I have been her support system while she's fighting this chronic illness. So if you have loved ones that are going through that, it would be very helpful to actually bring them, let them be part of the experience, so they can you can be there with them as they're battling their challenges and stuff like that, and be the support. And this retreat gives you all the tools you need. Like Kristina said, everything is ready for us. We just have to take on the journey. I love everyone that I met here, and I think I've made lifelong friends.
Okay, my favorite part was the breath work. I can't believe I had the chance to release some trauma from childhood. I am really, really grateful that I got to do that, and it was an amazing experience. The overall quality is beyond this world. Kristina is such a warm-hearted person, and most of it all, she's so humble and loving. I just can't believe this retreat exceeded my expectations and my expectations. My expectations in every way, especially that boundaries thing that I learned from her. It's so good to honor yourself and give yourself time to say some things, and there are ways to say some things in a loving way, but also honoring yourself and being true to yourself and giving that time for yourself. So I'm so grateful. Kristina is an amazing person. I recommend this retreat 100%. I wish I can do it like a million times. And I'll send all my love to all the FullyRaw people. They're so amazing.
This was a great journey for me from beginning to end. I did not expect to get all the benefits that I received this week. I just came for the yoga and for the food, and I got way more than that. There were so many great experiences, and the connections and the friendships that I made. It's a combination of everything that I didn't expect I was going to receive here. The trip to the waterfall was delicious. It was refreshing. It was great to go there as a group and enjoy the fresh air and the cold water in my skin. That was, I believe, one of the best experiences. It's too many to talk about, but that was one that pops in my mind. This is my first FullyRaw retreat. Won't be the last. When I first signed up for this retreat, I did not expect to get all that I received, and definitely I will be coming back for the next one, hopefully. I came here by myself. I booked a trip not knowing what I was going to get myself into. By myself. I did not know anyone here, and I made so many friends. I made so many connections. I was paired up with a great roommate, and I got along with every single body in this retreat. So yes, anyone who is thinking about going on a trip and does not have someone to go out with, jump into it. It's fun. You're not going to regret it. Bali is beautiful, the sun is magnificent, the food is delicious. This is the greatest experience I've had in a long time, so I love it.
It has been fantastic. It's great to be around like-minded people, and it's great to see what different priorities mean to people. One of the things I really appreciate about Kristina and her retreats, this is the third one I've been to in a year, 3 out of 4, is the power of a judgment-free zone. So when people's ego is set aside and when they're comfortable and feel protected, they open up and they shine. And she's doing these retreats, the ones in Bali, at Soul Shine. And you really get to see where that phrase that Michael Franti and his wife, I assume, came up with, because there's a lot of truth in it. And I've never seen it happen before in life. Well, Kristina is very intuitive, and she is a good leader and a good decision maker, and she's really good at integrating all the elements of a holistic lifestyle so that it involves body, mind, and spirit, and integrating it all into our wholeness. Well, it is really something to see see for firsthand the judgment-free zone at work, and how if people are loved kindly and supported and appreciated, they bloom just like a flower, and it's beautiful to be a part of.
Yeah, first of all, it was freaking fabulous. If you think you're going to be coming here for a body experience, you know, the yoga, the food, it is a mind, body, spirit experience, and it's something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. The things that I learned, the connections I made, the memories we've created, it's been, I mean, a dream. Amazing. Yeah, so I'm actually both a yoga instructor and a holistic health coach, and my main focus with that is nutrition. And I've been vegan for 5 years, and I've kind of dabbled in raw food. So I just wanted to learn more about the raw food movement and do some yoga and meet like-minded people. I really came just with a thirst for knowledge, and I got way more knowledge and wisdom than I ever thought that I would have in a week. So it blew my expectations far out of the water. Yeah, so actually I spoke about this yesterday. We had kind of this gratitude circle and fire ceremony, and it was very powerful. And I spoke about how I feel like the biggest thing I'm taking away from the retreat is the idea that there is infinite possibility out there. So in the same way that I mentioned that this is a mind, body, soul experience rather than just a physical one, you learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about the fact that so much of what we learn is not correct. And I could talk about it forever, but there's just so much possibility out there. And you don't really step into it until you open yourself up and come to, let's say, a retreat like this. This, I think, was the perfect experience as a solo traveler. I came all the way from San Francisco, California, 38 hours all the way to Bali, and I felt so much a part of a community the second I got here. I came to Soulshine, and the employees are incredibly kind, and you start meeting other retreaters right away, and I felt like I was part of a family, and I never felt alone. Yeah, the standout moment for me was the breath work. So we had an incredible group called the O2 Awakening come and lead us through an hour breath work journey. And for pretty much everyone in the room, everyone at this retreat, we all had some sort of physical, mental, spiritual breakthrough. And I feel like I'm leaving with a lot of wisdom that I essentially got from my higher self, God, source, whatever you want to call it. There's just so much wisdom that you attain on this retreat. So that breath work, blew my mind, blew my body, blew my spirit, all of the things. Oh my goodness. Kristina, thank you so much for putting this retreat together. We all understand maybe just the tip of the iceberg of how much work went into this. You've changed my life, you've changed everyone's lives here. You have all of my love and my hugs and my kisses forever, and everyone on this retreat, I will never forget a single soul. So thank you.
My experience was amazing. It's just amazing. I don't even know what to say. It's just all of the amazing friendships that we created, all the amazing food, all the amazing adventures that we did. I think to sum it up, it would be amazing. The breath work was definitely a life-changing experience for me. It was amazing. It allowed me to listen to my body, listen to my mind and my soul, and allow whatever stress, anything I was holding in my body, to release it. So it felt amazing. Along with the swing. As simple as the swing is just being free and just knowing that you are fearless and you could do anything that you want to do, and it allows you to be free. We came here for the food. I think a lot of us came here because Kristina, we see all of her beautiful food on YouTube. But when you come here to experience the food, it is delicious, yes, but it was never about the food. It was about the transformation that the food does to you. So the food is just the nutrients that we bring in to release any of our greatness inside. I think the memory that's going to stand out the most to me is going to be the friendships that I created here, a good community, a good friend that I can call anywhere across the country, anywhere across the world, and just the experience that I'm going to be able to share with my family. I truly felt from day one we were all meant to be here for whatever reason, and it was our job to discover why we were all here in Bali. And let me tell you, within a few days I understood, I connected well with every individual on the retreat, and I understood why we were all meant to be in this group. So I'm very grateful for those people, and I'm very grateful for the experience that they brought on to me.
Oh, the experience. Where would you even begin? I mean, from the day we got here, every day was incrementally laid out to utilize full time and also allow you to have time to relax. But every day was built upon the other day, building to the middle, which ultimately creates this whole crescendo of experience. Everything from the breath work to the visiting of the rice fields to all of the food experiences, each dining experience, breakfast, lunch, dinner, dinners being out into local FullyRaw vegan restaurants, just layers upon layers of experience. The biggest experience that left the biggest impact, that's tough. That's tough. The overall community. The community was able to come together here. Thankfully, Kristina, being the leader that she is, the thoughtful, loving person that she is, was able to foster this environment of safety and be able to fully express everything that you want, everything you actually need to. There was so much that on the inside you don't realize is stuck until you get into this kind of retreat setting, the comfort and the safety that's provided, just so you can start to work through some of the stuck energy, start to release that, and walk away just brighter, lighter, ready to conquer. Absolutely. I mean, each day from the moment you wake up, whether it was a yoga class or a HIIT workout class, all the way through the breakfast, it just prepared you for what laid ahead of the day. And then from there, depending on the day, for instance, we then went into some inquiry work. And the inquiry work was 11 questions that helped you start to break loose and get an idea of some of the things that stuck. But then that immediately spilled into the breath work with O2 Awakening, which was highly transformational. Helped you get out of your head and really break loose any stuck energy and get ahead of that and see what's possible in your day, the rest of the day here at the retreat, and also possible what's in life past this retreat. And that's the most important thing for me, is not only hear the experience, the freedom to be able to excavate, but to leave that behind, step back into life once I get back home, and just live a more meaningful, intentional life. Anything else I'd like to add? The FullyRaw food. Kristina, I met her through a friend of mine that did one of her retreats. And Kristina is just such an amazing person, and the food experience that she cultivated is just the beginning of it. The food is wonderful. It's beautiful, it's flavorful, it's such an experience, but it really is the foundation of what is giving you the energy day in and day out to go through this amount of experience in such a short amount of time. No time was wasted, and even within that, there was time given, so you could go and you could shop. You could take 15-20 minutes to decompress. And aside from that, I mean, the bottled water here, you can't beat it.
The experience was incredible. It's hard to put it into one sentence or one word. It
so far exceeded any expectation that I had in my head or thought of what it was going to be. I came here thinking it was food and yoga, and it is so much more. The friendships, the community. Kristina is an amazing person, and to talk with her and have one-on-one time with her, it was just an incredible experience. FullyRawKristina brought me here. I love her food, and I wanted to dive further into that, and she laid out the most beautiful format to do that, and then some. The food, the yoga, and just all of the people and everyone. Bali is a beautiful place, and Kristina, she knows where to go and what to do, and she was like our personal guide every day. It is so well thought through and planned. Every detail is taken care of. The second you land in Bali, Kristina has you. She's got you. There is nothing left for you to do but show up, and she takes you through everything. The days are it's like they're so craftfully put together. You know, we have our days where we go to the beach. We have the days where we go to meet with a chef. It's so well thought through. We start with our meditation and morning walks and yoga, and we end with gratitude. It's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. I can't wait to take it home. Yeah, so those are the parts that surprised me. I didn't know that we would be diving so deep into that. Aside from what you embrace when you practice yoga, but there's so much more than I knew was out there. And Kristina knew how to channel that. She has a wonderful team. Everyone takes care of you. Everyone's heart is open. It's amazing. I would say to anyone who is thinking about coming on a Kristina retreat, do it. You will not regret it. It is life-changing. It's an amazing experience. You will look back so far, forever, and remember this. And I can't wait to do it again. This is my first retreat, but it's not my last retreat.
The experience here in Bali has been so transformational. All of the breath work and yoga and exercise, meditation, it's just all culminated into cracking my heart wide open and just healing and super authentic. Yeah, this retreat here in Bali with Kristina goes way beyond just food and just yoga. There's so much inquiry work, personal growth, really tapping deep into the unknown inside of you and bringing that out, setting you up for the journey ahead to really live your best life and be fully aware. The temple baths that we went to was definitely a highlight for me. Getting that water and cleansing and just being in such an ancient place had such a magical feel. Felt lighter and just a true sense of calm after we got through with the cleansing and that temple. For me, bringing my significant other on this trip was definitely added to my experience. I have done Kristina's retreat in the past over in Costa Rica by myself, and that was personal growth and things, but being able to share that with someone that you love and seeing their experience as well, and still being able to have my own experience at the same time was really special, and I would highly recommend that to anybody. Bring a loved one, watch them grow, watch them get cracked wide open, and share that, because you can never change. You know, it'll always be there. You'll remember it for the rest of your life. I'd just like to say that Kristina is so good about picking every single detail from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave. Nothing is unthought of. Everything is so well taken care of. There's so much abundance of food, so much thought goes into every single day that she's planned out. Everything builds up throughout the week to the ending, just everything coming together full circle. And it's such a beautiful experience, just more than words could ever express.